Details, details.
Details.
And since you've asked, yes, we do. The recording is going. Be empowered and empowering here on the 6th of November, 2015 with Shandora and Betska and myself. Carry on. It's all yours.
Thank you so very much, John, and welcome to the PCMK Community Cafe. So, and also I'm going to extend this welcome also to the listeners who will be listening to this recording. So on the first Friday of the month, we have a forum for CLI's PCMK coaches. And this is all an opportunity to come together, share our wisdom, hone our skills, and we support one another on this never-ending quest of polishing our diamond and being outrageously impactful coaches and leaders. A couple of months ago, the Community Cafe topic was an in-depth discussion on using the CLI values cards. This is a deck that contains 76 values of humanity. And Mind Kinetics is values-based coaching. And we use these cards as a partner in our coaching sessions to support expanded awareness and insightful discovery. We did not have the time needed to go into the depth and detail that they deserve on these two very powerful CLI tools that work with these values cards for both personal and professional growth. Since these two learning resources are also available to the public, we decided to make this Community Cafe open to the greater community of those of you that are connected through CLI's newsletters and posts and have had expressed an interest. So we look forward to providing more of these opportunities in the future. So it is my utmost pleasure to introduce you to Betska Kaper, fondly called the Guru Coach. Together with John, she is co-president of CLI. She's head of research and development and training. And so who could be better to introduce you to these two amazing tools, better than the amazing person who developed them? So I introduce you to Betska Kaper. Thank you, Betska.
Oh, Shandora, thank you so much. Shandora, by the way, is one of our treasured instructors, and she runs the community cafes, and I'm just delighted to be here today. And thank you, John, as always. And welcome, everyone, to Be Empowered and Empowering. Wow. Empower yourself, your clients, and everyone time and again and again and again and again. I was just, you know, when I was putting this thing together and when Shandora and I were discussing, you know, the contribution to the Community Cafe, it occurred to me that everyone is so busy. You know, God, our schedules are just jam-packed with things usually. And so I just kind of thought, what can we do today what can we give you today that would make your life easier? Things that you could do simply in the moment that you don't have to spend a lot of time with. And so that's what we're going to do today. And just so you know, just prior to our going live, I picked a values card that I was going to bring to all of you today, and the card is loyalty. We have a deck of values cards, which I'll make you familiar with. Some of you are students. Most of you are not students on the call here today. And we'll make you familiar with what these are. But it's a deck of cards, and each card has a value written on it, a very important value. And so the card of loyalty that I'm bringing to all of you today is really loyalty to each of you as individual beings. Perhaps you are married, you know, so you're a wife or a husband, and maybe you have children. Maybe you are a professional in a leadership capacity in an organization, in government or industry. Whatever you are, I'm very loyal to your needs. I'm an executive coach. I'm a life coach. I have clients around the world, and I tell you, the challenges that all of my clients have are the same. That may not surprise you. You know, whether it's I'm coaching a leader in Romania or Bulgaria or India or Netherlands or China, you know, it doesn't matter. All the leaders have the same challenges, maybe a few cultural tweaks along the way, but the challenges are the same. And then the same with families. You know, if I'm doing life coaching for someone and usually it's, you know, my executive clients that need life coaching as well. So I'm there for them. You know, everybody puts their pants on the same way. We all have the same challenges with our partners at home, with our children, you know, in community, with our weight, with our health, with our spiritual life. My God, you know, we really are all the same. The world is so small. So I really am happy I'm bringing you loyalty. I didn't know why or what value I was going to pick, but it sure makes sense to me right now. So thank you for joining us. Very happy to have you all here. As John mentioned, there are 3 ways to interact, and he's already invited you to become familiar with your panel. This is a very interactive session, so I'll be asking you questions, and you can either put your hand up, which means you can speak into a microphone, into your microphone, or you can type your answer in the question box. And we've also organized 3 polls for you. So are you ready? Here's your first poll. Number 1, where in the world are you? Are you in North America? Are you in Europe? That includes Middle East. Are you Asia, which means China, Australia, New Zealand, Philippines, whatever, right? Or maybe you're from Africa. Or maybe you don't fall into any of the first 4, but you're in the other category. So John, take away poll number 1. John, are you there? I'm not hearing you.
You don't need to hear me. Everybody else is filling it out. Everybody has made their selection. A lot of people have made their selections.
Okay, awesome.
Organizers and panelists don't get to vote.
Oh, darn.
Okay. So, all right.
Okay.
All right, so let me share with you what I'm seeing come through here. 55% of the people from North America.
Wow.
27% from Europe.
Okay.
And 18% from Asia. Now, I didn't do the math. I'm just assuming that that adds up. And 88% of the people voted. That's pretty good.
Oh.
Thank you.
Okay, well,
Thank you.
That's fun. That was great, huh, guys? Yeah, just to see. So 55% are you from North America, 27% from Europe, and 18% from Asia.
Okay.
There is that other category, you know.
And I've released the poll.
Okay, cool.
We're back to your screen. Then. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Now we have poll number 2. What made you join us today? When we sent out the invitation, you know, we talked about a number of things. We talked about raising healthy children. We talked about how to get rid of judgment, blame, and negativity. We invited you to come to become a more competent leader, or maybe it was to love yourself and others more, you know, or maybe there's another category. What made you join us today? So, John, take over this poll now.
It is launched. And answers are starting to come in. There we go. Almost half the people have responded already. The numbers just climb, 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 climb.
Are they allowed to vote for more than one?
Yes, yes. You can have multiple answers to this one, folks. So don't feel that you have to stick with just one. All right. We seem to be, oh, no. There's still a few people clicking. Let's give it another second or 2. Here's what we have at this moment, Betska, for you.
Okay.
In desire to raise healthy children, 18%.
Okay.
How to get rid of judgment, blame, and negativity, 59%.
Wow.
How to be a more competent leader, 64%.
Wow.
How to love myself and others more, 32%.
Wow.
And 5% on other.
Could the other people maybe type something in the chat box there about what they...
In the question box?
In the question box, yeah. What did they...
Okay. And
what's the other thing?
I'm closing off the poll, okay?
I see more people are joining us here as we...
Betska, we lost you. Okay. There seems to be a technical difficulty with Betska's audio connection. Hang on 1 second, folks. My apologies for that. And we will deal with that post haste. Like really, really quick. 1 second.
Okay, am I still audible here? I got this dial tone on my phone here. John Shandora, can you hear me?
Yes, you're back now.
Wow.
Thank you very much.
I am back. Awesome. Great. Okay, cool.
Okay.
So in the other category, what did people type in there? Just out of curiosity. I can't hear you, John.
How to make others around me less negative and keep the positivity flowing. That's one.
Okay.
Somebody else shared that even my line there are issues, and that's not part of the poll, but that's okay. They've just got a bad connection. Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay.
Okay. I think for the most part, all the connections are good. All righty?
Okay, awesome.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you very much, everyone, for the poll. So now I know, which part of the world you're from. That helps me in my presentation, and also knowing why you came here. And in addition, what you've told us will help us mold the next few webinars that we deliver here. So, all right, let's go. Who is CLI? Well, some of you know us, some of you don't. We are Coaching and Leadership International, a very proud Canadian company. We're here on the west coast of Canada, north of Seattle. And Vancouver Island. Some of you may know it. It's west of Vancouver City. We have to take a ferry to get here. It's a beautiful place. And what do? We do corporate training, many types, from sales excellence to leadership to, everything that we talked about here: judgment, blame, negativity, loving yourself, less negativity, and so on. Superb training to become an executive business and life coach. We have outstanding training, accredited, approved training. All folks come to us for personal development as well as professional development, which is kind of a neat place. And we also do one-on-one personal and professional coaching. So because we train people to be executive business and life coaches, they are available for you if you wish to have one-on-one work. And then we franchise our work. So if something here makes you excited and you want to join our team and become a master distributor or sales associate anywhere that you live, let us know. And we are at coachingandleadership.com. Okay. Introducing Noble Life card games, 48 card games for a peaceful life. And valuable tool games to support enlightened leadership. We like creating games and things around here in our company. It makes things easier for people to learn, some of these difficult topics that we just polled, But let's start with some Noble Life card games. And the statement that we have that goes along with the Noble Life card games is consciously create the world you wish to live and work in, which is so special when you think about it. Let's each take a moment to internalize the statement that with these simple tools that we're providing you here today, you can consciously create the world you wish to live and work in. You see, everybody's got challenges. Everybody's got goals. Well, how do we overcome those challenges? Yeah, we need to really focus internally on who we are as individuals and learn about human behavior. So anything that you study here with CLI is about human behavior. Why does a leader in a corporation or government act the way they do? Why do children act the way they do? Why do we individually act the way we do? Wow, my God. There's so much to learn in this area. And Noble Life Card Games is part of a set of award-winning tools called Power Coaching with Mind Kinetics. So just so you know, this is all part of this big family called Power Coaching with Mind Kinetics. We do a lot with this foundational product called Power Coaching with Mind Kinetics. It's really a service, if you will. Why do we have noble in the title? Well, whenever we cannot overcome a challenge or achieve a goal, we have become disconnected from one or more of our values, which means we have disconnected from our true or noble selves. In a moment, I'm going to put a chart up so that it's a chart of values, of the 76 values of humanity, values of the human spirit. And when I show that slide, I want you to think about this scenario. So for example, you have a manager and an employee who are fighting a lot. They don't get along. I'm sure you've seen that time and time again in organizations, right, where you've worked, whether it's government or corporate world or community. In the chat box, I'm going to invite you to type in the question box, type in which of the following values they might be disconnected from. Okay, so here are the values of the human spirit. There are a whole bunch of them here, right? Everything from acceptance, assertiveness, balance, beauty, caring, challenging, faith. I'm going over to the second column, courage. So again, think of the manager and the employee. They're fighting a lot. So they have become disconnected from one or more of these values. So which values are they not giving to each other? Think about that. And allow the value to pop off the page. Maybe they're not giving understanding to each other. Maybe they're not being truthful. You see the last column.
Okay, the answers are coming in.
Faith.
The
awesome.
answers are coming in fast and furious here. We've got trust and compassion, humor, approachable, respect, service, courtesy, patience, confidence, tolerance, trustworthiness, love, acceptance, trust, compassion, integrity, faith, consideration, loyalty, wisdom. It reminds me of what my dad used to say, in that there ain't no one best way. Well, every situation is so different, yeah?
Yeah.
And we all sort of have a different bit of a view. We all see different pieces of it. It's very interesting.
Yeah.
Guidance, sort of gratitude, obedience, respect, compassion.
Wow.
Peace, patience, more patience.
Oh my gosh.
Several people shared 3 or 4 with us.
So, it could be, when you think about it, we could answer with all of these 76 values, couldn't we? So I invite you to think right now about someone you might be having an issue with, someone that is challenging you. In English, we say push our buttons. Someone who makes us angry or frustrated or sad or whatever, right? And so, what value are you not receiving from them? And what value are you not giving to them? You see, it's a two-way street, isn't it? Yeah. And I'm thinking about that because 59% of you said that you came in order to get rid of judgment, blame, and negativity. Well, we're going to give you some tools to help you with that today. But this is that first exercise, isn't it? Manager, employee at loggerheads, or you have, husband and wife, or teenagers and parents. That happens a lot. Why does that happen a lot? Because teenagers, the frontal lobes are not fully developed. The frontal cortex is not fully developed yet, so their logic isn't quite there. Now, it could be argued that many adults in their 50s and 60s don't have their frontal cortex fully developed yet, so they don't really have as much logic as they could possibly have, in any given situation or a given situation. So anyway, thank you for that little exercise there. You can see where we're headed with this, right? It's about whenever we have a challenge in our life, we want to look to the values. What are we not receiving and what are we not giving? And the first place is to think about how we can give it first. Because there's a universal law that says if we want something, if we want love, we have to give love first. It's actually the law of karma. And the law of cause and effect, right? It's very interesting, right? We keep thinking, oh, so-and-so has to give this to me. In order to get that, we have to give it. Now, along with that beautiful yellow booklet, you in the set, if you choose to purchase them here today, and it's no obligation, by the way, but just so you know, you get the booklet and you get the set of values cards. But I had to put the 76 values on the screen. It's much easier for you when you play this on your own and with your children and with your employees at work that you have the cards, because then you're going into your subconscious for the answers. Why do we have Noble Life in the title? Well, to help us remember how truly great we are. Human beings have forgotten how truly great we are inside. You know, we are amazing human beings. We are all geniuses. At the soul level, we have all the answers inside, but we forget that we are so brilliant. We are born with a divine purpose unique to us. Every single one of us on the call, every single human being has a divine purpose. We have an exercise here our coaches are trained to do to help you find your spiritual life purpose, but not a superficial one. We're talking about major spiritual life purpose. And if any of you would like to have that done, you can just go to our website under the button Choose a Coach and pick someone and they'll help you do it. And it's really, really important for us to understand why we are here. Why have we chosen to come to this planet at this time? What is our role? What is our unique, meaningful purpose? And I can tell you so many stories. One of them is about a 14-year-old client of mine who is very suicidal. So his parents brought him to me. They'd taken him to counselors and psychologists, and he refused to go. He said it wasn't working for him. So he came here, and of course, we know psychology and counseling works, but for this young guy, he wanted something else. So he came and he sat in the coaching room, and what came up intuitively for me to do with him is to help him find his spiritual life purpose. Oh my God, it just lifted that depression, took him out of his negativity and put him into this place of great love for himself. And I got him to draw a vision board of what he wanted to the future, for himself in the future. So, any thoughts of suicide scooted away, and now he's working with his dad in his dad's company and doing very well. So, and teenagers can fall into that depressive mode. So it's such a gift to give teenagers for them to know what their own spiritual, unique, divine purpose is. Why Noble Life again? Third point here, each of us wishes to live a dignified life. We all want that, don't we? We want to treat ourselves and others with equal respect. Here are some rewards for you when you use Noble Life card games every day, and we are going to play a couple more games, actually 3 more games, to brighten your day, lift your spirits. You can play these games every single day, and it'll take you a minute or 2. That's it, maybe even less. They'll bring more joy and love into your life, help you raise your self-esteem, solve relationship challenges, remove unconstructive judgments you might have about self and others. Celebrate your relationships, build your leadership abilities and capabilities. Wow. Now, in Noble Life card games, in that yellow booklet that I showed you, there are 6 categories. Remember, there are 48 games. We're going to play 2 of them here today in Noble Life and then 1 on Valuable Tool Games. But some of the categories are a peaceful start to your day. So you can take your deck of cards. You can shuffle them. I'm going to do this, okay? I'm going to demonstrate this. I'm going to pick a value that that would give me a peaceful start to my day. Ah, interesting. I got the word challenging. The value I picked is challenging. And so I'm thinking, okay, well, what can I do with challenging to bring me a peaceful start to my day? And that might be to call someone that I'm being frustrated or angry with, and have a discussion with them so I can get rid of the challenging, right? To really open my heart and have an open-hearted conversation with them. Successful relationships, yes. Well, that's kind of what I just talked about, isn't it? That's another category. There are card games for groups at work, in the community, in the family, evening meal time card games. I'll talk about some of the ones that we played with our daughter when she was a youngster. Wow, they were so powerful. Anytime card games, my future card games. So as I mentioned, we're going to be playing a couple of those here. So here's the first game. You can see I put a crown on the slide here, to remind us we are so noble inside. Each one of us, no matter how tough of a life we've had or how nasty we've been to others or how nasty we've been to ourselves, inside we are truly noble and beautiful human beings. So I invite you to really remember that. If you're going through a hard time in your life right now, remember that inside you are absolutely pure and absolutely beautiful. It's just that maybe you're having trouble connecting with that beauty. And of course, we can help you here at CLI. So here is the first game. Which of these values makes you a special human being? Allow it to pop off the page. Which one of these values makes you a very special human being? Then I'm going to invite you to type it in the text box if you want, or you can keep it private. It doesn't matter. Type it in the question box, rather. I keep calling it text box. I'm going to change the slide in about 10 seconds, so I invite you to.
Would you like me to share some of these, Betska?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Okay. So far, we have grace has come in a couple of times. Humor,
wow.
compassion, compassionate,
wow.
prayerfulness, friendly, reliability, determination, thankfulness, service, tact, generous, prayerful, compassion, reliable. Lots of activity. Everybody's just jumping right in here. It's wonderful. Self-love, love, trustworthy, wisdom, prayerfulness.
Wow. Thank you. That's awesome. Okay, so this Nobilize card game is all about the universal law of service. We have many universal laws, and we're going to be talking about, I think, two or three of them here today. These are universal truths, just like you have gravity. We know the universal law of gravity, what goes up must come down. Well, we also have emotional and spiritual laws, and the law of service says the more I love myself, the better I can love and serve others. So the value you selected, how does it make you a special human being? How do you demonstrate it? So take a moment to think about the value that you put into that question box, what you wrote down. How does it make you a special human being? How do you demonstrate it? What a great way to start your day, to think about how special you are. Because you might be having difficulties at work, and people are pushing you down, saying what a nasty person you are. Or you might have a family member that isn't treating you very well. Yeah. Maybe you aren't treating yourself well. So when you think about this value that makes you special, you want to really focus on it. You want to give yourself a hug and say, great going. Yeah. And how important is it to others that you demonstrate this noble value? All the values you typed in there. How is it important to others that you demonstrate this value? You can put that in the question box, or you can just think about it. It's all right. Your choice. Of course, it's very important to others. In I've written many books, and one of my books is The God in Coaching, The Key to a Happy Life. And in the first chapter, I talk about the energy matrix. And the energy matrix says that we affect each other energetically. When you're sitting in a meeting and someone's mad at you, can you feel it? Yeah, you can feel that person's energy, right? So we're all connected. Thank you. I'll move on to the next slide here. We're going to play card game number 2. Now I'm going to invite you to think of a friend. Think of a friend, someone that you really enjoy. And which value is their greatest value? Take a look at all these values. Which one is their greatest value? John, I'm going to, I'm going to invite the people on the call for someone to volunteer. So if you could type your name in the question box or put your hand up that you would like to be a volunteer. I'd like to play this game verbally with you if I could.
Okay, we've had many answers come in for the first round, and more answers are coming in now for the second. So it would be better if they put their hand up.
Okay.
If they wanted to come online with you, to be unmuted and do this one-on-one with you, okay?
Yeah, that would be great.
So we'll wait for someone to put their hand up.
Okay.
And
so you click on the hand on your panel. Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All part of the question box too.
It's a good game, guys. You're gonna see something very special within yourself in a moment. So, who has put their hand up or who has volunteered here?
You know, Annie's coming on.
Annie's coming on. Okay,
yeah.
Cool.
Oh,
all right, Annie.
And it's either Annie and now we have Juana as well. Juana Setmare.
Okay.
You have to decide who.
How about Juana?
Okay.
We'll work with Juana here.
Okay,
great.
Thank you, Annie.
So I have to.
And I'm going to unmute you. Okay, Juana, I have unmuted your line. Can we? Oh, we have a.
Hi, Juana.
Hello, Betska.
How are you, dear?
I'm fine. I'm
good,
glad to be here this evening.
Awesome. So what we're going to do here is I've pulled the Brainwalk up, which is on our website, right? It's a free tool anybody can use. But I'm going to use the random generator here for you to, we're going to invite you to think of your friend, and then we're going to use the random generator for you to figure out what value is their greatest value, okay? So when you say go, I'm going to click on this screen. So you say go.
Go.
Go. Ah, there it comes up. So your friend's greatest value is peacefulness.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Cool.
Yes.
All right. So I'm going to go back to this slide, the next slide here. And this is called the universal law of the mirror. What we see in others is a reflection of what we see in ourselves. So in other words, Juana, this person that their greatest value is peacefulness, that value is also in you to some degree or other.
Great. I'm happy to hear this.
There you go. So where in your life do you also exhibit peacefulness? You know, when you interact with people, or, you know, do you meditate, do you pray? I mean, where in your life do you also demonstrate peacefulness?
I guess that a bit in every direction. With my family, when I'm working, when I'm with myself.
That's excellent. Good for you. Which country are you from, Juana?
Romania.
Romania. Excellent. Okay. Mm-hmm. Now, the question on the bottom is, how important to others is it that you also demonstrate this value? How important is it to the people around you that you demonstrate peacefulness?
Oh, I guess it's very important, because they also can have peacefulness in their lives.
Yeah. Exactly. So instead of them living with someone who is angry and frustrated all the time, they're living with someone who is peaceful. Yeah?
Yeah, exactly.
Ah, excellent. Thank you. So that ends our game for the universal law of the mirror. Everybody, send the thank you spiritually to Juana for being helping us here today. Thank you, Juana.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Juana. Thank you.
Thank you, John.
So this universal law of the mirror is incredibly important for us to see. Of course, there are two parts of the mirror. The first part of the mirror is that what we see in others that we don't like, well, that characteristic or trait is also in us. And sometimes it's difficult for us to swallow, but it's the absolute truth. It is a universal law, and in future programs we'll try and spend a lot more time on that law, because it's very valuable for all of us to know. But the other opposite part of the law, as we just said, we saw with Juana, that she picked peacefulness as her friend's value. And that random generator, by the way, was like her picking a values card, right? So that's why I went there. I wanted her to do it on a subconscious level, not on a conscious level. So it was absolutely true, and you could see that it was. Thank you, Juana. Thank you, everyone. Okay. So there are many more games in the Noble Life booklet along with the cards. And here are 12 of the games. Shandora invited me to put a bunch of the games up here and to talk briefly about them. So the deck, what you can do is you can put a deck of the CLI values cards on your kitchen table. So let's say you're married and you have children. Put the deck of cards on your kitchen table and put all the food on the table, and just before you start eating, you get each person to select the value they demonstrated today at work or at school. Not just the children, the adults need to do it. What value did they demonstrate? So let's say it was courage, yeah? Because our daughter, we used to play with Tanya all the time. She used to love this. And, you know, she might pick respect or courage, or let's say respect. I remember this very clearly one day. And I said, okay, Tanya, well, how did you demonstrate respect at school today? And she said, well, you know, Mom, I'm really good at math. And I did all my questions very quickly, and I noticed that one of my friends in the row next to me was really struggling. So I silently went over there and I helped her so she would know how to do the math herself. And I was so touched by her daughter and the fact that she actually did this. You know, we raised her in a values-based household. She knows all these cards inside out and backwards, you know, because we played with them a lot. The second one on the deck on the slide here is we put a deck beside her bed. And we used to play lots of games with this one. If she was upset about something and I could tell, then either John or I would invite her to shuffle the cards and to pick the value from her subconscious mind that was bothering her at that moment. And then she would talk about it, because remember, often children don't understand what's bothering them. So we need to bring it out of their subconscious. And then we would talk about it. I might get her to pick another card that is a strength of hers that could help her overcome the challenge, and do a little, you know, brain walk exercise or do something. And we'll teach you more of those as we go through this series of webinars. And she would go to bed peacefully. So no longer upset or frustrated. She went to bed with peace in her heart. What a gift to give a child. What a gift to give ourselves, because you can also play that game with yourself. Third game here, you can think of a goal. Next, select a value which represents a roadblock to you achieving the goal. And then select a value which you need to overcome the roadblock. Another one, what value could I demonstrate today for stronger leadership? And then just do it. Or what gift can I give myself today? Or look at this next one. What fear can I eliminate today? Oh my God, so important. Or what value can I give to an important child in my life? What trait do I not like in someone else that's also in me? Or maybe you're sitting in a boardroom. And by the way, these values are available if you have an iPad. They're available as an Apple app, okay? And they're free of charge. You can get this deck of values cards free of charge by going to the Apple store. It's called CLI Values Cards. And if you don't have the Apple app, then you can order the cards if you want them. But it reminded me, because look around the boardroom and find someone you admire. All of the executive coaching clients that I have, I invite them to download that app if they have an iPad, and many of them do, so they can pick that value every day. Keep working on their values-based leadership, yeah? Last one, group decides on a group goal. The group picks 6 values which represent their roadblocks to the achievement of the goal, and then they discuss it. Or maybe a friend, colleague is going through crisis. Pick a value which you could give them, which would nourish them. Wow, look at the love on this page. And these are just 12 of the 48 games that are there. So it's very, very beautiful. Okay, more rewards. Earlier I talked about some rewards when you use Noble Life card games every day. Well, here are more of them. They will help you develop innovative solutions to problems and challenges. They will help you build creative steps to achieving a goal. Replace your unconstructive thought patterns with positive ones. Bring a greater sense of peace to your day. You can immediately relax. And live your life by daily exhibiting the 75, 76 values of humanity, such as self-love and joy, honesty, courage, and faith in self and others. The benefits are endless. Benefits are endless. Wow. Okay. The power of Noble Life card games lies in that we win in life when we lead our lives with both logic and heart. Again, remember, when we're having a challenge or when we can't achieve a goal, we've become disconnected at the heart level from one of these or more of these 76 values, as you saw from our exercise. The games give us an opportunity to introspect, to find more of our greatness, our genius. We can find our blind spots and remove them. They can be used for individuals and in groups. You can play them anytime. Many have mind kinetics built into them, which is CLI science for putting the whole brain into motion. And by the way, Shandora, were you about to say something? No?
Yes, well, Betska, I was just going to thank you for all of this. Just so easy to see how empowering this is to have this tool in our pocket or our purse or carried around in the briefcase to assist us in any moment, right?
Yeah.
As a coach, I would love to hear how you also work with these tools for your clients.
Well, for the leaders, what we do is we give them a 12-week set of leadership self-reflection exercises, and these are in there. The Noble Life card games are in there. We make it easy for them. They just have to look at their list, and every day they just do an exercise. And they're also taught how to do the brain walk, a journey for peace of mind, your morning stroll, value amplification. There are many brain walks, and we can also do a session just on the brain walk in the future. But anyway, it really is important that individuals learn how to use these tools as leaders. At home, personal leadership or professional leadership, doesn't really matter.
Thank you.
And the other thing, too, is around the groups. You know, in the card games, there is a section just on using the cards with groups. So it could be your team, if you're a leader with a manager with your team, you know, your employees, or there could be, you know, at home, you know, the whole family can play a game. Yeah, it's cool. Now, let's move into valuable tool games to support enlightened leadership. Woohoo! That, you get a booklet, and you also get the values cards that go with it. Same idea. Notice the 3 values that are on here: honesty, thankfulness, peace. Very beautiful values. Just want to remind you what Albert Einstein said, that the significant problems we face today cannot be solved at the same level of thinking we were at when we created them. We all know this. Isn't that a great picture of Einstein? He's so cute, isn't he? With his hair sticking out like that. So what the Noble Life card games allow you to do is to pull an Einstein, to take you above your challenge so that you can see what's really going on and help you solve your challenge or achieve your goal. CLI's learning concept is one I'd love to share with you. You know, often we go about in our lives saying, well, so-and-so is a problem leader at work, a problem manager. So-and-so is a problem employee or a problem parent or a problem child. No, 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 no. We never want to say that, because that means that we are hurting their spirit. Remember, energy travels, right? So we never want to say someone is a problem. Yes, we have a problem situation, but we're talking about changing our concepts in our own mind to say, no, we have a problem situation, but so-and-so is not a problem leader, employee, child, or parent, or whatever. We want to sit back and say, what is everyone learning? Because if a manager and an employee, as we said earlier, if they've got challenges, then it absolutely means that they have lost connection with those values. So they are learning. Whatever they become disconnected from, they are learning. So they might be learning to respect each other, to have compassion for each other, to show reliability, to have faith, you know, all of those values. So that's what people are learning. We want to stop and remember, what are we learning? So those of you who are, you know, in a challenging relationship right now, you want to stop and ask yourself, well, what am I really learning? Yeah. What is the other person learning? And have a discussion around it. So important. Leaders. Who are leaders? Well, CLI sees leaders as executives, as managers, all employees, parents. are leaders. They have to show their children the way, huh? Children are leaders. Look at Malala Yousafzai. What an amazing teenager, right? She is a leader, wow. And all of our children, you know, Malala is a high-level example, but all of our children are leaders if we listen to them. Everyone is a leader. And I've written up here, to solve our global crises, everyone must adopt a leadership role. The tool games have been designed to inform leaders of how the main 76 values of humanity found in the deck can bring about instant solutions for strategic action. Leaders are paid to be strategic. The tool games are designed to invite leaders to inspire teams to be more innovative and focused, to assist leaders in improving their quality of life, and to celebrate the strengths of leaders who make sacrifices every day for the growth of their organization. So if you are a leader in an organization, and looks like many of you are because that was the highest category here today of attendees, I invite you to think about and celebrate the fact that you do sacrifice a lot of your life for your work. But remember not to overdo it, huh? Don't get burnt out. Yeah. Remember to stay true to yourself and love yourself. And that could be one of the reasons why you're here today. Yeah. And in the home front, parents, children, right? We're all leaders. Celebrate the fact that you are a great mom, or you're a great dad, or you're a great teenager. Yeah. I love running programs for teenagers, by the way, and coaching teenagers. They're brilliant. The contents of the Valuable Tool Games booklet: you're a motivator. You can learn how to be a motivator, a negotiator, a balancer, a reflector, a builder, and a teacher. How cool is that? We're just going to do one of the tools here today. It's called the balancer. And often our dislike of an individual prevents us from seeing a person's good side, and it prevents us from seeing them in balance. So you can use this tool game to turn a difficult relationship into a positive working one, or a positive living one at home, yeah? Okay, so you ready to play? Now you want to look at the values and think of someone who challenges you. I'd love to use the random generator again, but I'm looking at my time and John is going to pull the hook on me soon, so I need to continue going. But I invite you to think of someone who challenges you, yeah? Someone who pushes your buttons, makes you angry, frustrated, sad. And now intuitively pick a value with the intention to choose a value you admire in this person. So sometimes we are so angry we can't see the good side of them. But I invite you to really put your anger and your frustration aside and intuitively allow a value to jump off the page that is something that is admirable about this person.
And the first one that I was going to say, the first one to come in is responsibility.
Ah, great. So feel free to type it in that question box, folks. Someone who really bugs you, really challenges you, what is the value that you admire in them?
Orderliness, detachment, humor, determination. And it's fun because these are coming from all around the planet, all around the globe.
Awesome.
Caring, wisdom. Here's intuition at work. I closed my eyes. This is from Julie. I closed my eyes and stuck my finger on the screen to joyfulness. And it's true. He drives me crazy, but he's always happy and laughing. Great intuition. Great intuitive.
Yeah, you definitely could do it, yeah.
Don't poke your finger through the screen. Love, kindness, confidence. Again, lots of great response.
Oh, thank you, thank you. All right. So, example on the next slide, it says if you pick courage. Well, in a journal or in your mind, just like Julie did, think hard about how you admire this value of courage in this person. And then in the future, as you interact with this person, keep thinking about this value that you admire in them. So instead of seeing the negative in them, you're seeing courage, you're seeing the value, what you admire in them. And then before every future interaction, select another value that you admire in them. Keep doing that. After a while, and you can put your answer in the chat box here, in the question box. How do you think your positive thinking will positively affect your relationship? By turning the tables, instead of thinking negatively, see the positive in them. How is that going to affect your relationship, do you think? Again, you can type it in the chat box, in the question box, or you can just think about it. It's up to you. John, do we have answers coming in, or are people just thinking about it?
I think people are being very pensive about this one. Yeah,
I know. It's a good one.
And or taking moments just to be with themselves with it. Yeah. We have one answer: develop greater understanding and compassion.
Yeah. Thank you. This is a tough one, right? But it's called the balancer for a reason. We want to see the, if you're really thinking negatively about someone, you want to see the good side of the person. You want to see the other side. It really helps you. And then you start sending that person loving energy instead of negative energy. Remember, people can feel that energy. Yeah.
Here's a couple more for you. Focus on their strengths and remember they are human too.
Ah.
Yeah. And focus on specific strengths as well. Yeah?
Yes, yes, yes.
Another one, more respect in our relationship. Relationships will improve. Be more committed.
Oh, so lovely. Thank you, everyone. Great job. I'm going to move along here, John. I'm looking at the time here. Yeah?
Go wild.
Go wild. But this is the balancer. So again, you can see the power of these tool games that are in that booklet and playing with the values cards, right? This is the type of exercise you would do with yourself, once a week or however many times, once a day, whatever you want to do. They can really bring you to that place of greater love for yourself and for others. So these card games make thoughtful Christmas, Hanukkah, Diwali. Diwali's coming up very soon in India, because we have 18% of our guests here are from Asia, and Indians all around the world, of course. So Noble Life and Valuable Tool Games, each comes with a set of the CLI values cards. They're paper cards, as I showed you. And if you want to order them, they're available at the CLI store at coachingandleadership.com, or you can just plug John's email box up, john@coachingandleadership.com. Now, something for you to know, there are special volume discounts if you wanted to give them to your family, to all of your family members. Every child, every teenager should have a deck of these cards. Yeah, they love them. And so I think, I forget what the volume breaks are, 6 and 12 or 6 and 25. I don't know what it is, but you can find out when you go to the CLI store or ask John. And by the way, you can also become a facilitator of these programs. And if you're interested, do let John know as well, and we'll have a conversation with you. You do not have to be a CLI power coach in order to facilitate these programs. If you're a trainer, you can learn, pay for the facilitation kit, get the training, and go out and do them. They're very simple, so they're easy to do. Okay. You see my title on this slide here? I was passing by a church many years ago, and the sign on the church said, "The road to success is always under construction." I laughed, and it's one of those that's stuck in my mind forever, right? So that's why I have the sign here, "Success Ahead." We would love to have each of you come in and learn from us coaching skills for life success, coaching skills for illumined leadership. What you will learn here is coaching skills for life success means that you will come and learn how to coach yourself, using far more sophisticated tools than you've learned here today, and how to coach others, your family members, your friends, which is, start with self first, right? It's very, very valuable. And then coaching skills for illumined leadership. it's the same program. You excuse me, you will move off later and take more advanced training for leadership. And you will learn how to engage your staff, how to help them remove their roadblocks to the achievement of goals, help them to learn how to give recognition and praise, learn how to be a better strategic planner. Anything that is stopping you, any core competency as a leader that you would like to work on, you bring them. Well, first of all, we'll help you identify them, and then you can work on them throughout the program. People tell us it's one of the best personal and professional leadership programs you could ever buy. We have one that starts November 23rd, another one in January. So please join us, and again, you can register at coachingandleadership.com. We'd like to close off with a final poll. What other topics would you enjoy in this webinar series? Would you like to have something on happier marriage, on raising well-adjusted teenagers, maybe developing the spiritual side of you, how to be more so of an illumined leader, or other category? So John, please post the poll.
The poll is posted.
What would you like to see? These are free webinars, right? We're happy to put them together, part of our corporate social responsibility. What would you like to learn?
Polls are fun, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, John, for organizing them.
Gives us all a chance to jump in there. So we have one other, which is emotional self-care. We have 67% who say how to be an illumined leader.
67%. Wow.
That just jumped to 68. 53% say developing the spiritual side of me.
Oh, how cool.
26% happier marriage. 21% raising well-adjusted teenagers. 21% other. And folks, if you chose other, feel free to type in what that other might be into the question box, just so we have a record of it, and we can consider that for future opportunities.
What was the one? The other? It was emotional what?
Emotional self-care.
Ah, thank you. That's so special.
And another one of the others is finding my divine purpose.
Oh, yes.
How to be a leader was another other.
Okay, so that would be in the leadership one. Okay.
Yeah, 83% of the people have voted, and we're looking at the leader. The two top ones were how to be an illumined leader and developing the spiritual side of me.
Are those numbers still 67 and 53?
65 for how to be illumined, and 50% developing the spiritual side of me.
Okay, cool.
And another other that just came in is leadership strategies.
Okay. Cool.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Wow.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everybody. Wow, that just really helps us out. So watch out in the future. I don't know when the next one will be. Maybe December, maybe January. Have to look at the schedule. But I really enjoyed putting this on for all of you here today, and I hope you did too. And as our last slide, maybe you could type in the question box, what was your greatest learning, or what did you take away today? How was it valuable for you? What did you like about it? How did it help you as a human being? Don't you love this image of the hearts coming out of the head? I don't know where I found that, but I love it.
Okay, let me share things with you as they're coming in here. Shall I, Betska?
Yes, please. Yeah.
The power of positive thinking.
Okay.
Okay. Seeing the they're coming so fast I can't read my R's. seeing the values in the other person. To respect each value. A good reminder from your quote that we can consciously create the world you wish to live and work in. Connecting with our higher noble power. An excellent reminder that I hold the power to create what I want and need in the world. Thinking beyond myself. It's in our control, and we need to be reminded of that. To look inside me whenever something is bothering me.
Ah.
For me, it is a solution to solve problems and a tool to work with people, family, etc. How quick and easy Noble Life games are.
Mm-hmm.
The importance of values and being present.
Mm.
That the success is always under construction. Don't stop the learning.
I love that.
It's a great reminder all the time. And a big
Yeah.
thank you for everybody from one of the folks as well. The universal law of the mirror. Aha. Yes.
Mm.
Yeah. Very powerful there as well.
Wow, so I guess we succeeded then, huh, folks? We gave you something valuable here today, and I'm absolutely thrilled. So thank you very much for joining us, and remember, to purchase those games at the CLI store or email John at coachingandleadership.com, and even if it's just for yourself, to gift you. By the way, they're only about $17 Canadian each. That's how cheap they are. I forgot to mention the price. Very inexpensive. We just really want you to enjoy them and share them with anybody in the world. The cards are in English and French, by the way. We can also obtain them in the Romanian language if that's of interest to you. And then also remember the coach training coming up for life success and leadership success. I tell you, it'll be the best gift you give yourself this year and next year if you join us. So thank you, everyone, for being here with us today. And here's my final slide on thank yous in different languages from around the world. God bless you all for being here.
And just wanted to say thank you, Betska, and thank you, John, for facilitating this session, and thank you all for joining us here today. It's really our pleasure and our commitment to support you on your continued quest for personal and professional excellence. So it is really all about this endeavor to consciously create the world we wish to live and work in. So thank you so very much.
And you can see in the middle of this slide, I'm sending you roses. All of you, sending you lots of love here today. God bless you. Thank you. Bye-bye for now.
Those roses are all ready to open up. Thank you very much,
yes,
everybody. You have an amazing day, an amazing evening, and keep on growing. Thank you.
Bye-bye now.